Team, I get fielded these questions all the time. I'm sure you have to entertain them as well. It's the what ifers, right? Like I could be teaching a class. Well, let's keep it about land navigation, right? And I see these questions all the time in my YouTube videos. Well, Top, what if this happens, or what if that happens? Maybe I'm talking about natural navigation and using the sun, the moon, or the stars to understand direction. So, well, Top, you can't use the shadow stick method because what if there's clouds overhead like there is with you right now? What if the moon's not out? What if you can't see the sun because of X, Y, or Z? And what if you've never been where you are in the first place and you have just no idea? Like that's the absurdity of where this goes, right? Like aliens aren't out there. I know that I'm from Roswell, right? I know that my cousins exist somewhere out there, but they're not out there plucking us from wherever we live and then dropping us off in BFE, right? And saying, poof, here you go. You got no map, you got no compass, you got no idea where you're at, ready, go. That doesn't happen. And as far as I can tell, there's a similarity in the people that do these exercises, because, man, I'm all about contingency planning. I'm all about measles, right? A master event scenario list, right? I'm all about these things. But what it seems to me, as far as I can tell, the folks that come up with all of these cluster questions and scenarios, they all have the one thing in common. You tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. This is what they all have in common. They get stuck in the absurdity. They get stuck in the impossible, if you will, right? They try to create this impossible scenario that doesn't actually exist and say, okay, well, now what are you going to do, tough guy, right? The reason that they get stuck in the impossible is because they're not out grinding, working through the possible, right? They're keyboard warriors. They're like the reserves, right? Maybe once a month, maybe a couple weeks a year, if that, they will get out and go do the things total, right, over the course of a year. They don't group and zero their weapons. They don't confirm their zero. They don't sharpen their knives. They don't read their books. They don't ruck. They don't get out and enjoy the wilderness. Maybe, come this time of year, they'll get out in a tree stand and hunt. And they think that counts for getting after it. But it doesn't. None of the survival tasks that exist, whether we're talking about skills as it relates to food, fire, water, shelter, first aid, navigation, communication, maintaining a core body temperature and self-defense, and of course our tactical virtue, which I would argue is probably the most important element or piece to life in general, let alone survival. None of those tasks are that hard. Like, I got a little bit of rain yesterday, and everything's wet. It would not be difficult to get a fire going using some bare bones stuff. It wouldn't be that hard to get some shelter going out here, right? It wouldn't be that hard to maintain a core body temperature. It wouldn't be that hard to figure out where there is life around me, right? None of these things are that hard, but they're only not hard if we actually get out and go exercise our skills. You see, the standards remain the same, but the variables, that's what needs to change. And too many times we've done the thing once, and so hey, I'm a go at this station, right? I'm a T, right? I am trained and proficient. Well, if I learned anything from the military, it's that even a unit could go from being a T, and then in a month when they're evaluated again, they could be a U or a P, right? They could be deemed as being untrained or barely proficient, right? Even though they were just trained, right? And when I say trained, I mean validated, as they have met the standards. You can go from meeting the standard to not meeting the standard in the blink of an eye. What's the craziest what-if scenarios that somebody's thrown your way, right? Maybe it's about politics and civil war. Maybe it's about the economy and our spending that we just can't seem to get under control, right? Everybody was all up for Doge just a few months ago, and man, he ain't got a single cut. I wonder who called that. We got all kinds of stuff that happens around us, team, and I'm looking forward to hearing some of what you've experienced in the past with the conversations and how you have handled them. Personally, man, I'm getting over it. I'm getting to the point where I'm tired of the Kool-Aid, and I've been getting to this point for a long time. Man, I'm all about survival and self-reliance tasks and skills and competencies, but I'm really more interested in attributes. It's the what of who we are, right? What makes us who we are is far more important than the things that we can do. You need to be able to do the things, but man, there's too many channels out there popping questions off every other day about, oh, you got 72 hours, what are you gonna do? Oh, there's 1 week left, what are you gonna do? Oh, you can only pick X, Y, or Z, which one are you gonna pick and why? And then let's all get around in a kumbaya circle and talk about it. Where's the freaking reality? Where's the reality? I stopped reading novels a long time ago. My favorite's always been Lonesome Dove. I enjoyed a lot of Larry McMurtry books for sure, but that's probably my absolute favorite. Of course, I enjoyed growing up reading Louis L'Amour books. Flint and Conager, probably my favorites. Conager is probably one of my favorites. Of course, I love Hondo, right? And it's not that I don't enjoy a good story. There's power and value in story. So much, though, I think that we've lost the art of storytelling. But as much as I'm interested in a good story, I'm more interested in actual stories, like your story, my neighbor's story, and interacting with people in such a way that it breeds good conversation, right? Does that make sense? It generates positive community and engagement that actually matters. Like, I don't care if you like this video. I don't care if you subscribe. I don't care if you ring the notification bell. I don't care if you share it. I appreciate, finding people that resonate with what I talk about, and you leave comments and I see, I resonate with what you're saying. Like that's an actual conversation that happens down in the comments, right? But I would be fooling myself to think that, 100,000 subscribers actually means anything, because it doesn't. There's maybe 1,000 of you out there that I see by name consistently down in the comments and chit-chatting and stuff, and that's what I'm interested in. Actually having an authentic, actual conversation with folks. Maybe you're thinking, well, Stoic, man, certainly, where you live, you have excellent community. certainly you got whatever the hell people love to call their groups. And truth of the matter is, I got a few dudes that I have some, I would consider my pals, right? You got a couple pals, man, you got a tribe. And, but odds are, like you, I've come across folks that I thought I was going to get along with really well, and one thing or another, and it just didn't work out, at least not for me, and I wish them all the best. But again, I'm just interested in actually investing in people's lives. And I don't care if, you know, things, relationships that they go sometimes where it's always you that's pouring out. And maybe sometimes you feel like somebody's always pouring into your life. Like you're going to have moments in your life where things ebb and flow in this direction. And I don't care sometimes if I feel like I am investing in somebody's life more than they're investing in mine. If I believe that they want me in their life, and if there's value added for me, and you know, there's all of this stuff, because over the course of time, relationships will prove themselves to be beneficial and equipping us and building us up in all things that are right and good, or they will prove themselves to not be doing those things. And sometimes you got to have a little patience with yourself. Patience with your friends, your family, because life happens. And sometimes life happens more often than not, you know, for some folks, and it just keeps happening, and it keeps happening. So be patient with yourself. Be patient with those around you. I think if there's anything that I've learned, that's probably it. We need some more patience, and we need to get out there and do the things. Team, what do you think about those two items of interest? Enhancing our patience and our virtues, our values, right? Patience would be one of those competencies that we should have. It should be an attribute of something that we do and that we master. And what do you think about getting out there and doing the things and all of the what if? And I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts and your comments down below as we all continue to master our craft and develop our tactical virtue. As always, I appreciate you guys. Until then, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked. Team, if you want to master your craft and develop your tactical virtue, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so that you can stay up to date with future content. Consider becoming a channel member. It's going to give you exclusive access to content not available to anybody else. I appreciate you guys. Until then, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked.
We know you're out there! Come to my voice!